Yo, what's going on, Kicks Army? I'll be doing a sneaker drawing on the Air Jordan 8 South Beach that's set to release October 13th, as well as talking about Carmelo Anthony possibly accepting a role off the bench, Anthony Davis feeling like he's the best player in the league, and the Timberwolves are trying to get what for Jimmy Butler? Let's get it! As I mentioned, this is a sneaker drawing of the Air Jordan 8 South Beach that is set to release next month, and the retail price for this pair is expected to be $190. This pair is actually very similar to the Air Jordan 8 Bugs. It's an iconic shoe model for the Air Jordan 8. The only major difference is obviously they're swapping out the dark gray and the reds from the Bugs colorway to the teal, pink, and orange for the South Beach colorway. Now, it could just be that I'm biased because I do live in Florida. I don't live in Miami. I live closer to Tampa area, but I do like this colorway. I've always liked whenever they do South Beach type colorways on anything, whether it be apparel and or sneakers, so obviously this sneaker is no exception. But, and you guys already know what I'm about to say, I don't have to say this every video, but I usually end up saying it anyway. You guys already know that I'm absolutely not copying these sneakers. Why? Well, that's because I am broke. I'll be honest, even if these were like a massive release and I did have the opportunity to buy them, 190 bucks for this particular pair is not really doing it for me. Like, I'm not feeling it that much to spend that much money. It could just be that maybe I'm very particular with the Jordan 8s. Like, if I'm gonna get a Jordan 8, right, it's not gonna be a pair that has mostly white on the upper. I would prefer something that has a lot of black, like an aqua colorway, for example. Don't get me wrong, I do like the design for the sneaker. I think it's really unique in and of itself. However, I feel like whenever it's on my feet, if it's not mostly black, it just doesn't look good with a lot of the stuff that I wear. Now, by all means, if this is a particular model that you're interested in and you guys want to cop this, I would implore you guys to go ahead and check out with your local sneaker retailers to see if they're available, or you can always try on the sneakers app. Good luck to that. But in the event that somebody from Nike is listening to this, size 9.5, pretty please, thank you very much. I will say this too, oddly enough, whenever I'm drawing a sneaker, especially if it's a colorway that already exists, it allows me to really determine whether or not I like the colorway or not for that particular sneaker. Because some colorways are really interesting, but used on a certain type of sneaker, it doesn't really look too good. And vice versa, sometimes a bad colorway on a sneaker could look good on a different sneaker. Perfect example is that if you were trying to take the same principles for this South Beach colorway and you put it on the Air Jordan 11, at least for me, how I picture that looking, I don't think that's gonna look hot at all. Like, I definitely wouldn't even cop that, and I love the Air Jordan 11s. I don't know, especially over the past month or two since I've been doing daily sneaker drawing videos, I've noticed that whenever I do my drawings, it allows me to really dissect and digest what I'm drawing so I can get a feel for how the colors work in the sneaker, and it either allows me to appreciate the design of the sneaker and the colorway that was chosen, or it makes me feel like, man, why the heck did they put this color here? Why did they choose that material for that, or all that other good stuff? Before we get into the basketball discussions for today, I just want to remind you guys, if you enjoy these daily sneaker drawing videos and basketball discussions, make sure you hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bounce past that bell to get post notifications. And more importantly, if you're into free stuff, if you're into sneakers, and if you just want something that you can use to color, like maybe the stencils that you see on my videos, I have all my stencils available on my website, KicksArt.com. Over 220 free sneaker stencils all available, and the best part about the website is if you want to see a stencil added to the website that's not already available, you can send a request to contact tab at the top of the page. I have about 8 or so different stencils lined up, and once I get through all the requests, what I'm going to start working on is filling up some of the tabs that need a lot of love, like the Vans, the Converse, the New Balance, things like that. As I had mentioned in a previous video, by the end of the year there's going to be at least another 200 stencils added, and the end of the year, right, not the end of next year, just at the end of this year, okay, an extra 200 stencils added. That is nuts. And as we all know, the goal by the end of next year is to have over 1,000 different stencils on the website, which means there's definitely going to be a lot of different models on each one of the tabs, including the tabs that don't have a lot as of right now, as well as I'm going to have pretty much majority of the popular Nike and Adidas models filled out. Like, that's going to be insane. That's going to be so awesome to look at. For the basketball discussions, there's actually a small story I wanted to bring up real quick. The NBA will now start charging about $2 if you want to see the fourth quarter for a game that's not being broadcasted in your region. For example, if you're watching a game on ABC, then you're not going to have to pay the $2 to watch the fourth quarter. Like, that'd be stupid. That's only if you want to see the fourth quarter for a game that's not available, whether you don't have League Pass or if you don't have that channel or for whatever other reason. Perfect example of this being implemented, if let's say there's a team that's on a hot streak, like a perfect example a few years back when the Warriors started off being 24-0, like everybody wanted to see the Warriors game because regardless if they won or if they lost, they were already making history. So this is just another way the NBA is trying to give you guys more options, because obviously I don't think a lot of people are too interested in that, but if the event comes where that'd be super interesting to see the result of a game, then of course it's only $2, why not? I don't have a problem with it. Worst case scenario, you can just wait, 5-10 minutes for the footage to be uploaded to YouTube and you can just watch it there, but the option is there and it's a pretty good idea on their part. Now, for starters, we have an amazing quote from Carmelo Anthony. He said, quote, "Whatever I have to do to help this team win a championship, then that's what's gonna be done." Now, this doesn't outright mean that he's willing to come off the bench, because unfortunately he didn't say those words, but what I think this means is that at least now he has the insight to think, okay, if the best thing for the team is for me to come off the bench, then I'm gonna do what's best for the team and come off the bench. You know what, let's take that whole aspect of it out the equation, because that's the low-hanging fruit. That's what we all kind of expect when he's talking about that. Let's think about it in other ways. Let's say that the best thing for the team is for him to be a spot-up shooter, not to do his own thing or whatever, dribble around for a few minutes, actually get the ball and shoot when it's either given to him by Chris Paul or James Harden. Like, that would be a good scenario too. Maybe it's not exactly what he wants, but by his quote, he's gonna do whatever is best for the team. Maybe the best thing for the team is for him just strictly to play the 4 position as opposed to the 3 of what he normally likes to do. Oh no, there's a lot of different ways you can take it. Maybe the best thing for the team is for him to focus on playing defense and only taking 5 to 10 shots at the max. Like, there's a lot of different ways this can go. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but at least now that we have this quote from him, it shows a level of self-awareness that we have not really seen too much from him in the past. So you know what, one clap one time for Carmelo real quick. Next up, we got some pretty interesting quotes from Anthony Davis. He said, quote, "In my eyes, I am the best player in the game. I can really feel that way and no one can tell it to me different." Now, if you guys have been following the different sport debate shows like First Take or First Things First, you'll notice that there are a few people in the media who have been saying for years, not just recently, but for years, that eventually, and when I say eventually, I mean like within a 5-year period, that Anthony Davis will be the best player in the league. LeBron has had the mantle for best player in the league for like the past decade or so, and people feel like right after LeBron starts to fall off, which, I mean, let's be honest, the guy's going into year 16 and we still have no idea when that's gonna happen. He just had his best season last season. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. But people feel like whenever that does happen, it would naturally be KD, since most people recognize KD as the 2nd best player in the league. Just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of this guy's stats, for the most part, he's pretty much averaged at least 2 blocks a game for all of his seasons. And besides his rookie season, this guy's averaged more than 20 points a game every single season. Like, this guy's an absolute beast. His last 2 seasons in particular, he's averaged 28 points a game. Like, his quick stats for last season, 28.1 points per game, 11.1 rebounds per game, 2.3 assists per game, and 2.6 blocks per game. As already a 5-time All-Star, a 3-time All-NBA performer, and I guess he's been the block leader 3 times in a row. I believe that's in terms of averages though, not total blocks for the season, so go with me on that. And look guys, I can't really speak for how the future of Anthony Davis is going to be. Obviously he's going to have a great career. How great his career can really be predicated on what he chooses to do, because I believe that if he chooses to stay with the Pelicans, I don't really know how much success this guy can have. Unfortunately, the way that the league is presented right now, you have to have multiple all-star level players in order to win a championship. And they had that opportunity back when Boogie was on the team. Those guys were a straight up force, and even when Boogie got injured, he just turned it up another level and he completely destroyed the rest of the season. Don't get me wrong, they do have some interesting pieces. Even though they lost Rondo, they did add Julius Randle, so that's pretty interesting, but I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen if he chooses to leave the Pelicans. Because as we know, as Jalen Rose reported, Lakers next offseason will make a strong push to get Anthony Davis, and Jalen Rose believes that they're going to be able to get him. Guys, Anthony Davis with LeBron James, and that'd be a free agent signing, so they would still be able to keep Kuzma, they'd still be able to keep Lonzo, and they'd still be able to keep Ingram. Like, that would be nuts! Especially because I'm pretty sure the money works out to where they can get 2 max level free agents. So if they can get one of those Warriors off that team and onto their team, like a Klay Thompson, or, I mean, they can, I guess, get Kevin Durant, but that'd be really overkill, so I wouldn't want to see that personally. But if you get, Klay Thompson, Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be super dope to see, because that would definitely make a good team to go ahead and dethrone the Warriors. If that doesn't already happen this season, might I add. Now for the last story, and this is gonna be really quick because this is so ridiculous. Apparently, the upper management from Minnesota is requesting not only a top prospect in exchange for Jimmy Butler, as well as potential future draft picks and cap relief. Are you guys nuts? Somebody in that organization needs to be drug tested. Something's wrong with these guys. Who do they think they're trading? Okay, Jimmy Butler is a good player, but that's it. That's it. He's just a good player. He's not one of the best players in the league. He's like top 20. He's not no top 10. You know, you don't get all that in exchange for Jimmy Butler. You would get all that in exchange for like a top 10, top 5 player. He doesn't fit that paradigm. Like, no, you guys gotta chill. I can now see why Jimmy Butler wants to be traded, because clearly they're all crazy up there. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the weather or something, it's too cold. They all lost their minds. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys enjoy these daily sneaker drawing videos, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bounce past that bell to get post notifications. Don't forget to visit KicksArt.com for all your sneaker stencil needs. Check out the over 280 videos on the channel. You guys are already know that I'm uploading daily videos, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Yay!